Aloha, this is Worm coming to you live from within my den of solitude. I struggle to stay on track when I'm speaking, so I have written out my thoughts on my computer. So if you see me glancing to here, that is why. If there's a glare on my glasses, which I can clearly see, it is because of the lighting, which I'm too lazy to change. If you see a mess in my room, it's because I'm too lazy to clean it up, and also because we're renovating my room. And if I shift this at any point, you suddenly see a glaring light behind me, that's because I need to turn my bathroom light off, but I'm not going to right now because I haven't brushed my teeth yet and I need to go to bed soon. Alright, we're gonna get through this. Here are my thoughts on Lilo and Stitch live action movie. That's what this video is about. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm not one of those people that goes into a movie theater and expects for the show that I am watching to be exactly like the source material, the original source material. However, I do expect for the heart of the movie to remain unchanged. If I read a book, the heart of the story should be the same. If I watched a cartoon, the heart of the story should be the same in live action. You see what I'm saying? It makes sense, right? You expect the general plot to remain the same. Spoiler alert, this video is full of spoilers for the Lilo and Stitch live action. It does not, okay? Ohana, nobody gets left behind message. Where are you? You don't exist, apparently, right? Okay, so let's just run through the characters. Nunani doesn't show up for Lilo, is mean to Lilo, doesn't want Lilo, agrees to give up Lilo. Stitch doesn't feel like the straw that broke the camel's back, okay? The back was weak. Alright, it resented carrying any straw, it was unwilling to carry the straw, it was ready to dump the straw before Stitch ever came to be. Alright, that's just the facts. That's how it is, that's how it was. Alright? Original Nani, on the other hand, okay, is there for Lilo, assures Lilo, wants Lilo, refuses to give up Lilo come hell or high water. Do they fight sometimes? Yeah. Sisters fight. Mothers and daughters fight. Girl was trying her best and doing well. Stitch coming really did mess them up for a while. New David, okay, exists awkwardly and seemingly pointlessly, honestly. I can't remember him being useful at any point. Original David is the man you dream about at night. He was there for Nani, supporting Nani, seemed to genuinely care about Nani and Lilo every step of the way throughout the movie, and he feels like he's the only one who's really in Nani's corner, which is good because, you know, she needed somebody in the original film. So it was nice having him, whereas in this new version, there's a different character. She's a neighbor and she's kind of there, but it really does feel like Nani is lacking more in support. And also, she feels a lot more selfish in the new version, I feel like. I mean, maybe that's just, look, me personally, as someone who is probably around a similar age in my imagination to how old Nani was supposed to be in the original film, if my parents died, I would try to take care of my younger siblings. I would not abandon them. I would not be like, yeah, y'all can go off and be by yourselves and be raised by strangers. You know what? The foster care system, it's really bad. People get abused every day in the foster system, every minute of every day. It's terrible. A lot of times they get pulled out of their homes. They're supposed to be taken to a safe environment, and the environment is actually a lot worse than their home life, which was already bad. It was already bad, right? That's why they got taken away in the first place. No, if you have a loving sister who's trying to take care of the kid, you absolutely should not try to take her away. She's way safer here than she's gonna be in the foster care system. What the hell? The states are crazy for even talking about it, really. Like, y'all, the government knows how their own system is. The system is bad. Y'all be playing too much. Like, definitely there are some people that don't deserve to have their kids, but let's be so for real right now. You gotta have some extreme abuse to be taking the kid away, because they're not gonna find better in the system. Okay? Now, that random outburst aside, this is why I gotta stay on my notes, okay? I'm sorry. New Jumba. Shh, sibling. I don't want your voice to pop up in this video. Okay. New Jumba, a complete villain with no character arc, which is crazy because in the original story there isn't really any true villain, but if you were going to call someone out as the bad guy, it would be Gantu, right? Original Jumba. Wild dude, low-key a genius, not evil but definitely mischievous. He wants and enjoys general mayhem and doesn't have any personal connections to anyone that we know of except his experiments, which he loves and attempts to protect. His arc is honestly similar to Stitch's in that through discovering Ohana, he becomes more chill and a force for good instead of mass destruction, which you see more throughout the entire movies, not just the first one, but the arc does happen within the first movie. And in this new version, he's just a villain. Like, he literally plans to take Stitch apart, to kill him. It's completely wild. Okay? Nugantu. Oh, I'm sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Like, I was expecting to have something to say about him too until I watched the movie and realized that he didn't exist. Okay, what the hell? Seriously. I mean, are you expecting something? No, I can't. I can't do anything, alright? Original Gantu is a serious character trying his best to complete the tasks assigned to him. Go to sleep! He has lots of funny moments throughout the Lilo and Stitch franchise, my favorite of which being in the series where he explains to everyone that he's tall because he's Samoan. Honestly, he's so funny. I did miss him. I was surprised he wasn't there. I was like, where he are? Where my beautiful character? You know, it just never to be seen, period. Like, apparently, he just was never born in this version. I don't freaking know. New Pleakley, lovable idiot. Honestly, I wouldn't say they did anything wrong with this one. I just preferred my original man. He had more flair. Also, real moment, okay? If original Pleakley had the ability to clone somebody and turn into them, it wouldn't have been a man, okay? Like, it would have been a girl. Like, we know our original Pleakley, okay? Like, he's a queen, not a king, okay? If he had to be a guy, he would be the femmest boy ever. Like, why are you playing with me right now, Disney, okay? I'm surprised we haven't crowned him Disney's first gay icon, because he smells pretty fruity to me. New Cobra Bubbles. He's not a social worker and never saved the world. Enough said. Surely you can see why I didn't enjoy the change. He is basically irrelevant in this film as well. Okay? A lot of irrelevant characters. New Myrtle Evans being one of them. She might as well not have been in the show, much like New David, okay? Adds nothing. Her scenes feel very drab. In the original, she feels more like the true antagonist, okay? She bullies Lilo and is the leader of the clique at Hula, so Lilo stays on the outs with everyone, really showcasing how badly Lilo needs a friend through everything she's going through. In the new version, Stitch seems necessary because of the neglect she's facing from Nani, making Myrtle and her posse irrelevant. Alright, now I've saved Lilo and Stitch for last. So here they are. New Lilo. I hate to say this because New Lilo is so cute, but that's actually the problem though. Original Lilo was the most realistic child in Disney to ever exist. She's a little weirdo with real problems, okay? She resents Nani because she's trying to be her mother and she misses her mother, and so she doesn't want Nani to try to take her place, but at the same time she does want to stay with Nani and she appreciates what Nani's trying to do, so they fight a lot, right? She stands up for herself when people are mean to her. Like, she wasn't taking any crap from Myrtle. You remember, hammer fist, bite, ang, ang, right? Like, and Myrtle deserved that crap, all right? Hot take, if somebody is bullying you, it gives you the license to punch them, all right? You know what? I'm sorry. Like, generally speaking, I wouldn't say that someone, like, being mean to you, like, in speech is a reason to hit them, but, you know, she's a little kid, so I'm on her side. All right, I'm sorry. I don't condone general violence, but if you're being bullied, especially physically, if you're being bullied physically in particular, not really as much verbally, yeah, throw hands back, hun. Like, I believe in fairness. How about that? How about fairness? Yeah, but that aside, she's blunt in the way she thinks and feels. She gets angry with Stitch when it looks like he may have ruined things for her. For a while there, like, things were looking bad, right? She has an unrealistic idea of what her favorite celebrity really does and idolizes him blindly. Like, y'all know Elvis wasn't a good guy, but she just like, she's attached herself to him. She listened to his music. Honestly, I imagine it was something she did with her parents, but that's just my own inflections, my own interpretation of the show. She probably listened to a lot of his music with them and therefore grew to really like build him up in her mind, right? But anyways, she does a lot of weird stuff, like the voodoo thing and imagining Scrump dying, and she thinks it's Stitch's name just by looking at him, not a day later in a car when something is torn. She just likes the name. She just has an imagination, okay? Like kids do. They just think of things. They don't need you to tell them something, okay? She likes to be in charge sometimes, even when she really can't be, like when she tells Nani she wants to buy Stitch and then immediately asks to borrow the money from her and has to pass it back so that she can reach the counter because Lilo can't. She's just a little girl boss, okay? Period. New Lilo is a sweetheart, no hate, but she's not my Lilo. She's quiet, she's totally regular, and she doesn't feel like she has the same deep problems in like character development, and she doesn't feel real. Like Lilo feels like a realistic child, the one in the original version. But this new one doesn't. She feels just, she's too sweet. She's been a lot, I feel like she was watered down. Like, yeah, I didn't like the changes. She was so cute, so I feel bad about it, but she just, yeah, she wasn't it. No hate to the actress. She's a cutie. All right. Now we have Stitch. I don't actually have a lot of critiques here. He was pretty much the same in this new version. I do feel his scenes are framed better in the original, but that's not bias, okay? I have reasons. In the new version, they lose the subtlety and self-discovery aspects of the original. Stitch isn't told about Ohana 11 times. He hears them mention it once, reads the Ugly Duckling story, and as he grows closer to them, begins to feel lost and literally says it, which was so heartbreaking, okay? And when I'm on my period, I can't watch it because it makes me cry. So he went to her when he was in trouble, showing that he's come to rely on this family to be there for him, and he is genuinely remorseful when he sees how much he's hurt everything, only nobody needs to say anything, right? It's like, it's all just being shown. Show, don't tell, okay? You're saying a lot in the new version. You're like, this is how it is, and this is the message of this film, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, like in the original, things just like come together slowly over time, which I appreciate. It's more subtle, okay? His speech toward the end about his broken family really hits, and a part of the reason is because people haven't already said it in different ways multiple times throughout the film, okay? You're not constantly talking about the broken family and how being broken is okay. And just because there's badness inside you doesn't mean that you've done bad things. I mean, doesn't mean that you're fully bad and that there's redemption for your people. Blah 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 blah. They're not constantly rubbing it in your face. The message of the film, again, they allow it to come together slowly, like you're getting little pieces of the puzzle, and they all come together so beautifully wrapped up in a nice little bow. All right. In the original and the new one, they're telling you, and then here is the review. At the end, here's the summary of what you just heard, okay? A bunch of times. And tell me why all of the new films have lost subtlety. A cartoon made for children was written better in 2002 than most new movies today, including this remake. So, now that I have sufficiently hated on this movie, I feel I should tell you that I actually did think it was cute. I'm not saying don't watch it. Okay, I actually think you should watch it. Again, it was cute. It's great to like bring your kids to, whatever. I am saying that aside from character names and a few iconic lines, it's nothing like the original. So yeah, that's what I thought. But I love opinions, so do tell me yours in the comments. Okay, so I've got to go to bed now. So I'll probably post again someday. Bye-bye.